So utility knives, they're very useful, very practical, and for the most part, very affordable too. What I do have here is a utility knife that by looks doesn't seem to have too much going for it. Other than the heavy duty build, looks kind of cool, and it's got this branding right here. And there's kind of an interesting story behind this brand. And that's what I want to talk about today. This is ED Chang, where we talk all things useful and useless that goes on your body on a day-to-day basis. Let's have a look. So what I have here is the JerryRigEverything knife, as you can see from the branding here. For those unaware, JerryRigEverything is a YouTube channel, a very successful YouTube channel run by Zach. And in this channel, he buys phones and devices and he destroys them for our amusement. I'm mostly kidding on that. Basically, he does deep dives into the durability of smartphones and devices, from scratch tests to the famous bend tests, and he also educates us on the repairability on these devices as well. And along the way, through much success in his YouTube venture, he was able to come up with a utility knife, as you see here. This is what he calls the LTT Orange. For those who are unaware of LTT, stands for Linus Tech Tips, which happens to be one of my favorite nerdy YouTube channels, based on computers and all things tech. And I do believe this is an official collaboration between JerryRigEverything and Linus Tech Tips. So kind of cool there. So the first thing I noticed right away about this knife is just the heft and heavy duty build quality. Feels like it's not going to go anywhere. You really do feel confident holding, wielding, and using this knife. It's got these hexagonal textures on here. They look pretty cool. Not the most grippy for my taste, but I'd rather have them than none, because for the most part, most of these utility knives don't even have any textures on them, so it's appreciated. And I believe if you're wearing gloves, your gloves might be able to grab onto these a whole lot better than your already slicked fingers. The spring retention on the blade cover is very good. Hear how solidly it snaps into place. It is more of a two-hand operation. It's got these thumb studs right here, a flat thumb stud. So, you can do one-hand operation, but it's gonna come off pretty slow. And just because of that spring retention, yeah, it's definitely gonna be more of a two-handed operation. Another reason why it's a two-hand operation too is a back lock. With a back lock, you do have to press down here to release the locking mechanism and to be able to close the knife back up. And here we go again. That's so satisfying. And for a utility knife, these are your typical trapezoid razor blades that are replaceable. Cost pennies, so basically a knife with unlimited blades and sharpness in a sense. And to release the blade for replacing, you're just going to press the button right here. And then, there you go. Pretty easy. And as you can see here, these are the lugs that will lock in place inside the blade shield. And of course, for utility knives, inside the blade cover, it's always going to be more loose, and that's just expected. But it's not going anywhere unless if you break the locking mechanism here or something. As far as blade play, well, this is not a blade, but if it were a pocket knife, yeah, this would be a whole blade. But as far as the play, there's absolutely none. It's in there and not going anywhere. And with the back lock like this is actually one of the more secure locks, in my opinion. All the other locks are typically your liner lock or bolt lock or cross lock. Though it's two-handed operation, I do consider it to be a lot more secure just because it locks right up here and tends to not go anywhere. Now let's have a look at the pocket clip. Non-reversible, but it is very, very stiff, as you can see here. Yeah, it's gonna catch your pocket all day long and not go anywhere. Here's our stupid finger test I like to do. There you go. Yeah, that's definitely not going nowhere. It's not gonna ride super low inside your jean or pant pocket. When it goes down, it's gonna be right about there. Good chunk of it's gonna be sticking up. Not a big issue. Easier, quick access. As far as build quality goes, extremely well built. CNC machined aluminum all over. with the blade cover and with this ridiculously thick lanyard loop. I got absolutely no issues with that. You feel pretty confident about it. Everything's put together pretty tight, no creaks. Everything's sandwiched between two aluminum pieces right here, which are painted the LTT orange. I'm a little obsessed with orange. I don't know, maybe I love vitamin C, whatever it is. But it does come in multiple colors. I believe there's red, blue, and a really cool like clear, like old, see-through video game controllers. I'll link it all down below. And what's cool also is that it comes with extra blades in this container right here. And in here there's actually 3 additional blades. And I've had this for maybe close to 4 months. Haven't had to replace this one yet. Like I stated before, these blades are pretty cheap, but it's a nice addition. Can't complain there. And right now, let's have a look at the weight. 150 grams. And for our American audience, 5.3 ounces. It's not super heavy, but because of the build quality, it's just got a hefty feel to it. But like a really confident heft. So, but at 150 grams, yeah, it's what you'd expect. So I got a bunch of these to compare it to. Here's my Black & Decker, actually one of my favorite ones here. And then here's a Milwaukee Fastback. And I'll probably do a review on all of these later on too. And this is actually one of my favorites right here from Craftsman. Maybe it's the wood grain, but I definitely do want to do a video on this as well. As far as utility knives goes, they come in all shapes, all sizes. Nothing really stands out with this one other than the extreme build quality and just the fact that it looks kind of cool. But there's more to it than just that. When Zach began his YouTube channel, JerryRigEverything, he made the world curious about the durability of smartphones. And for sure it costed him hundreds if not thousands of dollars to buy each individual phone to destroy for our amusement. But as his channel grew, I mean, without a doubt, he built wealth out of it. And with all the profits that he made from YouTube, he puts it towards his company, not a wheelchair. And for those who don't know, his wife is actually bound to a wheelchair. And he made it his mission to research, develop, design, and do all this R&D to find new solutions to building affordable wheelchairs. And for those who don't know, your average wheelchair actually can cost up to like $5,000. It's ridiculous. So what does this mean about this JerryRig knife? Though he might not mention it, I think for every one of these knives that are bought, it does go towards his company. And they are doing great things over there. So yeah, I'm advocating for this knife. For a $20 knife, currently $15 as the filming of this video, you are getting a very good quality knife. And if you watch the official video of this knife on his channel, he breaks it down to a T. This knife was completely his design, and he just expresses, how much he loves utility knives. And this is also his take on what a good quality utility knife should be. For me, it's huge on the cool factor of this knife and the story behind it. The man behind this knife is genuinely a really good guy with a very important mission. Once again, he probably doesn't state it, but I'm sure buying one of these knives helps Zach in his mission to solve one of the world's problems in designing the next generations of wheelchairs, or not a wheelchair. And with knowing that backstory, just adds a whole lot of cool and importance to this knife. So that's it for me, guys. Links down below. Nothing affiliated, just a really cool knife that I enjoy using, and just supporting someone that I very much look up to right now. Thanks for tuning in. Leave me some feedback down below, and we'll catch you next time.